students, we'll continue with the yesterday's class. Yesterday we were discussing about the different formulae for the total surface area and lateral surface area as well as curved surface area. So just we'll recollect those formulae, then we'll go to the volume. See, solid, total surface area, and this is lateral surface area or curved surface area. So first we'll start with the cuboid. So the cuboid will look like this. So length, breadth, height. So what is total surface area? 2 into LB plus BH plus HL. Next, lateral surface area 2 into BH plus LH. Then cube A and all the edges will be same and all the faces will be identical. So what is the total surface area? So there will be 6 faces and area of one face is A square. So including all the, if you include all the 6 surfaces, that will give us total surface area, that is 6A square. And lateral surface area, we need to remove top face as well as bottom face, and the lateral 4 faces will be there, that is 4A square. Then after this, cylinder, if this is H and this is R, then what is the total surface area? 2 pi R into R plus H, and lateral surface area, that is curved surface area in this 2 pi R H. Next, after this, next we went through cone, right circular cone. What type of cone it is? Right circular, this is H, if it is R, and this will be L. Fine. So total surface area pi R into R plus L, and lateral surface area, curved surface area pi R L. Next, after this, sphere, that is 4 pi R square, and curved surface area also same, that is 4 pi R square. There won't be any difference. Then what about the hemisphere? In case of hemisphere, so total surface area is 3 pi R square. Then what is curved surface area? That is 2 pi R square. That's it. Fine. So if it is R, so hope you understood this. So please go through this and try to understand the formula with the logic, or else it will be very difficult for you to solve the problem. Okay. So please note this down. So next concept is volume. Volume is the space occupied by an object. See, in case of surface area, we used to measure only the surface area. Then what is volume? Whatever the space occupied by this. So this is total, complete thing that if we measure, that will give us volume, space occupied by an object. Space occupied by an object is called volume. Fine. Say, in case of the cuboid, this is an example for cuboid. See, if it is cuboid, when you slice it, you are going to find this. See, what you are going to see, I will take out the part. So the part will be like this. So these parts, these individual surfaces are stacked up one above the other. So this, if this is L, if it is B, if I want the total space, what I need to multiply by H. So volume of cuboid is equal to base area this will be the base area into height. Base area into height. What is the base area? That is L into B. And what is the height? H. And it is measured in cubic meter. So it is, sorry, not measured, it is expressed in cubic units. Or it may be millimeter, it may be centimeter, it may be meter, it may be kilometer. So it should be expressed in terms of cubic units. Okay. What is the volume of cuboid? Base area into height, that is length into breadth into height. So that is L into B into H. In case of cube, all the edges will be equal. So volume of cube is equal to base area into height. What is the base area? A into A. What is the height? A, because all the edges will be equal in case of cube. So that is A cube, cubic units. So please note this term. Will go through cylinder, and after that cone, right circular cone, then sphere, hemisphere. So please note this term. Volume of a cylinder. See, cylinder will be of this shape. So if I want to know the quantity of powder occupied by this particular container, so what I need to do, I need to find the base area. I need to multiply with this height. So whatever the quantity that I get, that will give me the quantity of powder that is present in this particular powder container. See here also. So if base area, what is the base area? So let radius may be R. Let radius R. Let the height be H. Then a volume of cylinder is equal to volume of cylinder. Volume of cylinder is equal to base area into height. Base area into height. What is the base area? Base area is pi r square. What is the height? H is the height. So volume of cylinder is pi r square H. Then volume of cone. So for that, what you need to do, take a cylindrical container of height H and radius R. Then next take a right circular cone of height same H and same radius R. And height and radius of this particular cylinder should be equal to height and radius of this particular right circular cone. Now what you need to do, fill the water in this right circular cone up to its brim and try to fill it. So when you fill this up to its brim and when you pour it into the cylindrical container, so what you are going to do, a part of this will be filled. A part of cylinder will be filled. Next time again you try to fill the water up to its brim and again pour it. Again a part of cylinder will be filled. Again next what you do, again take water up to its brim and try to fill it. So now by the third time the complete cylinder will be full up to its brim. What does it convey? The volume of a cylinder is 3 times the volume of a cone. Then volume of cone will be, volume of a cone is one third of volume of the cylinder. 1/3 of the volume of the cylinder. Through this activity, what we found? We found the volume of a cone. So volume of a cone was 1/3 of the volume of the cylinder. So 1/3 of the pi r square. You know, just now we calculated what is the volume of the cylinder, that is pi r square. That is 1/3 of, in case of cone, volume of the cone of right circular cone. I told you what do you mean by right circular cone. Right circular cone, that is 1/3 pi r square h. Next, after this, sphere. For sphere, one more activity we need to do. What is that? Take 3 cylindrical spheres of different size. Take one trough. Trough is a container. Cylindrical trough. In that cylindrical trough, in that particular cylindrical trough, so take one cylindrical trough and this one cylindrical container, such that this ball can easily immerse into this container. Now do one thing, fill the water up to its brim. Take the water and fill up to its brim. Bring it carefully and place it inside the trough, so that the water which is present in this should not fall into the trough. So after carefully placing the trough, what you need to do, bring one of the ball. So this trough is filled up to its brim. Now what you need to do, you bring the sphere and immerse into this carefully. So water will be displaced into the trough. So now take out the container carefully, so that after that the water should not fall into this. So see, once you place the sphere, or after placing the sphere, the water will be displaced into the trough. After this, carefully remove it and try to pour it in a measuring jar and try to measure this whatever the water displaced. That water will be equal to, the quantity of water will be equal to 4/3 times pi r cube. So this quantity will be equal to this quantity. So you can repeat it for 3 of the spheres, 3 of the balls, or 3 metallic balls or metallic spheres. So if you try to measure approximately, obviously approximately it will be equal to 4/3 pi r cube. So in your later future classes, you are going to prove this particular formula. But as of now, proof is not important. This experiment is sufficient for us to arrive at this particular formula, that is 4/3 pi r cube. So volume of the sphere is equal to volume of sphere is equal to 4/3 times pi r cube. Then volume of hemisphere will be half of this. Volume of the hemisphere will be half of 4/3 pi r cube, that is 2 1 2 2, that is 2/3 pi r cube. So please note this term. Please note this term. Now we will consolidate all the formulae into this particular table. We'll start with cuboid. So total surface area. So I'll draw a rough diagram for you, so for your understanding. So length, breadth and height. So this is 2 into LB plus BH plus HL, and lateral surface area will be 2 into BH plus HL. The volume will be L into B into H. Fine. Next, cube. In case of cube, all the edges will be equal, that is A. So total surface area is 6A square. Lateral surface area is 4A square, and volume will be A cube. Next, after this cylinder, this is one of the important table, and you should know all the formulae and all the elements which are present in the formula. Cylinder. So if it is R, if it is H, then what is total surface area? 2 pi R into R plus H. What is curved surface area? So 2 pi R H. What is the volume? Pi R square H. Base area into height. In that way you should remember. Next, D. Cone. So that will be obviously equal to right circular cone. So what is the total surface area? So pi R into R plus L. Curved surface area pi RL. Then volume will be 1/3 of pi R, sorry, 1/3 of pi R square H. Okay, next. E. After cone, what we have? Next one will be the sphere. In case of sphere, so cone, in case I didn't know. If it is a right circular cone, if it is R, this will be H. Let me try it again. This will be R, this will be H, and this will be slant height L. Okay, next in case of sphere, R. So what is the total surface area? 4 pi R square. And what is curved surface area? Again there won't be any difference, 4 pi R square. And what is the volume? 4 by 3 pi R cube. 4 by 3 pi R cube. So next, hemisphere. Next in case of hemisphere, so what is total surface area? This is 3 pi R square. Next, what is curved surface area in case of hemisphere? 2 pi R square. Everything we have discussed. Next, volume 2 by 3 pi R cube, half of this. So total how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 multiplied by 3, 18. But this and this will be total 17 formula you need to remember. How will you remember? There will be interconnectivity and you know the logic. If you know the logic, then only you will be able to understand this table and it will be retained for a longer time. Okay, so please note this down. This concludes the introduction for surface area and volume. So next we'll go through the exercise related to this particular introduction. Okay, thank you.